everyone, welcome to the Nutrition and Food with Context. My name is Nour. I'm a McGill Dietetics graduate student, and today I'm going to be talking about kidney beans. So first, we're going to start off by talking about some ecological factors, so social and environmental factors. Then we're going to talk about food and nutrition knowledge. We're going to touch base on some health benefits of kidney beans. We're then going to move on to the affordability and availability of them. And then we're going to talk about a little bit of food safety when preparing them before we move on to the actual video of the recipe. And then at the very end, I have some links for other recipes where you can use kidney beans as well. So what are kidney beans? They're a type of the common bean, Phaseolus vulgaris, which is the same ancestor as black beans, pinto, and navy beans. When we look at Canada's food guide on the right, you can see that kidney beans fit into a balanced plate by taking up space in the protein section of the plate, along with other types of legumes, lean meats, dairy products, and many others. Now, in which country do you think kidney beans originated from? The answer is Peru, and it was the migrant Indian workforce who spread beans and other legumes across Central and South America. Then the Spanish explorers introduced them to Europe in the 15th century. Then they were joined by the Portuguese in transporting them to Africa and Asia, and today they're cultivated globally. There are three common types of kidney beans. The first one, dark red kidney beans, those have a slightly nutty flavor, which works well in recipes for appetizers, salads, casseroles, soups, and many other recipes. And they're especially common in the cuisine of northern India. Then there's the light red kidney beans and white kidney beans. Those have similar flavor and texture. However, the light red ones are more popular in Spain, Portugal, and the Caribbean, while the white kidney beans are favored in Italy. But you can also find purple kidney beans, black kidney beans, and spotted ones as well. How they're grown. So kidney beans prefer light, rich, deep, and well-drained soil, and as well as hot weather. And then for seedling, it occurs between the end of April and the beginning of August, while harvesting begins at the beginning of August up to October. Which country is the top producer of dried beans? These are actually the top 4 countries, with India being the top one, followed by Myanmar, Brazil, and then the United States. Are kidney beans sustainable? So when we look at the sustainability, we want to look at water footprint, carbon footprint, and destruction. So when it comes to the water footprint, it's moderate. It takes about 5,053 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of dried beans. Now for the carbon footprint, it's low. So to produce 1 kilogram of dried kidney beans, it's 2 CO2e. CO2e accounts for carbon dioxide and all the other gases. And that's pretty much a car driving equivalent of 7.75 kilometers. And then finally, for destruction, there's actually none. There's no significant damage to air, water, land, soil, or forests. So kidney beans are very sustainable. Now, when we look at the nutritional value of the kidney beans, we can see that they're full of protein, which is important for energy, building and repairing cells and body tissues. There's also fiber, which is important for your digestive health. And finally, potassium, which is important for your nervous system, muscular function, and blood pressure. But these are not the only nutrients it has. It's also very rich in magnesium, which is important to regulate muscle and nerve function, blood sugar levels, and blood pressure. Calcium for building and maintaining strong bones, vitamin B6 for brain development and immune function, phosphorus for energy and chemical processes, and iron for hemoglobin, myoglobin, and hormone production. Now, there are other legumes that have also the same health benefits and share so many of these nutrients. So I would highly recommend heading to the Perform YouTube channel linked below to watch some of the webinars that previous students have done in order to know more about these legumes and discover more recipes as well. Now, due to all of these nutrients, when kidney beans are included in a balanced plate, what are the health benefits of kidney beans? It's actually all of the above. They're really important to promote heart health, muscle and bone strength, as well as digestive health. So kidney beans can pretty much be found in any grocery store, either canned or dried. And as you can see, the costs and storage are not that different, but when it comes to the pros and cons of each, the canned ones are pretty much ready to eat, so it's less time consuming. You can just rinse them and it's ready to go. But they're often also high in sodium, However, you can find cans with no added salt in them. And once you drain and rinse the beans, the sodium level decreases by 41%. So it's not that much of an issue. For the dried ones, they usually come in bulk, so it's pretty convenient, but they do require cooking and are more time consuming. However, even though the price of both the canned and the dried beans seems similar, once you do the calculations for the amount of cooked beans that you get from a package of dried beans, it's actually much cheaper. So a tip for you guys is that you can save yourself some time, cook the entire package, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then freeze them for up to 6 months. This is just the recipe cost of the recipe that I am preparing today. So the total recipe cost is $5.70. It serves 12 people, so the cost per serving is actually only 48 cents. Things to keep in mind for both is that once you open the canned kidney beans, they can only be stored in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days. Now for the dried ones, they're prepared kind of differently. So they're usually soaked for 5 hours to help them cook faster and more evenly. Then they're cooked for at least 30 minutes to be certain that the beans reach a proper temperature for the amount of time necessary in order to make it easier for digestion. Then you can store them in the fridge for 5 to 7 days, or as I said before, in the freezer for up to 6 months. Now let's move on to the cooking recipe.
We're starting off by washing our hands for 20 seconds and making sure we get all the spots, so your palms, between your fingers, your nails, etc. Then we're going to wash the kidney bean can to make sure we get all the dirt out of it and none in our food. Now, if you have nail polish like me or you have a cut, make sure you wear gloves to prevent anything from getting into your food. For the equipment, we're going to need a blender, a mini muffin tin, a strainer, a couple of bowls, the muffin cups, a can opener, some spoons, measuring cups, and measuring spoons as well. Now we're going to open the can with the can opener. Then drain the kidney beans and rinse them with water to get all the sodium out. For the ingredients, we have 1 cup of kidney beans, half a cup of sugar. I'm using coconut sugar, but you can use any type you want, so white sugar or honey. 1.5 teaspoons of coconut oil, and a full bag of 70% dark chocolate chips or chunks. Now, this step is totally optional, but my blender isn't strong enough, so I mashed the kidney beans before I put them in the blender. And once they're soft, add the kidney beans, coconut oil, and sugar into the blender until it turns into a paste form, and then transfer them to a bowl. After that, you want to put the chocolate chips in the microwave until they're fully melted. Now put the muffin cups in the tin and start adding a layer of the melted chocolate at the bottom. Then go ahead and add the kidney bean paste. And finally, add another layer of the melted chocolate to cover it all. Put your final product in the fridge until it's fully ready. You can sprinkle some more sugar on top like I did, or leave it as is. And that's it. Bon appetit.
Okay, so obviously kidney beans can be used, they're very versatile, so they can be used in other recipes as well. I just chose a dessert because I have a big sweet tooth. But if you want something more savory, these are links for some more recipes. I took them off of the website pulses.org. So that's a really great website for other recipes for other legumes as well. So I would highly recommend to check it out. So these are just the references that I used. If you want to find out more about kidney beans, their health benefits, the nutrients that they have, I would highly recommend to check them out. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.